Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you, second year students? Hope so you will be fine. In last lecture, I have given you introduction of complete book of second year physics. It consists of 10 chapters. Chapter number 12 is first chapter of second year physics book. Today we are going to start chapter number 12, that is electrostatics. Remember it, girls. Electrostatic is combination of two words. Electro is from electricity, static is from rest. This is important short question according to board point of view. Define electrostatics. The study of charges at rest under the action of electric force. Study of charges, whether they are positive charges or negative charges, their study under the action of a force, that is basic force, electric force. Now question arises here, what is electric force? Students, electric force is a basic force which is necessary to hold charges, positive and negative charges, to make up atoms and molecules. So electric force is a basic force that holds charges, positive and negative charges, to make up atoms and molecules. This force exists in our body as our body is composed of atoms and molecules. This is MCQ. Electrostatic force exists in human body or not? So remember it, electrostatic force exists in our body. Reason is that as human body consisting of atoms and molecules, so that's why electrostatic force exists in human body. Now we are going to start first topic of chapter number 12, that is Coulomb's law. This name is not new for you, as you have learned this topic in your 10th class in chapter number 13 of 10th physics book. While starting Coulomb's law properly, I am giving you introduction of Coulomb's law. Basically in Coulomb's law we will discuss types of charges. As you know, there are two types of charges, positive charges and negative charges. Like charges repel each other, while unlike charges attract each other. There are two types of forces between alike and unlike charges, force of attraction and force of repulsion. Between unlike charges there is force of attraction, and between like charges there is always force of repulsion. Coulomb law was introduced by Charles Coulomb, a French military engineer, in 1784. This is MCQ. Now, the statement of Coulomb's law. On which behalf Coulomb has stated this law? He has taken two charges. First one is negative charge. Q1 is having negative charge, while this Q2 having positive charge. These two charges are opposite charges. So, between opposite charges there is always force of attraction. So this blue arrow shows force of attraction, while this R represent a distance between these two charges. Okay, Q1 negative charge, while this Q2 is positive charge. F21 is a force exerted on charge Q1 by charge Q2, while this F12 is a force exerted on charge Q2 by charge Q1, while R is a distance between two charges. Now we will discuss opposite case. Q1 is negative charge, while Q2 is also negatively charged. R is the distance between these two charges, while F21 is a force. F21 and F12, these are two forces which are opposite to each other but equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. So you must write this all complete explanation in proper wording, right? F21 is a force exerted on charge Q1 by Q2, while F12 is a force exerted on charge Q2 by Q1. So on this behalf he stated Coulomb's law in this form: the force of attraction, like in this case, or force of repulsion between two point charges. Point charges mean small charges, the charges just under study. Okay, the force of attraction or force of repulsion between two point charges is directly proportional to product of Magnitude of charges, magnitude mean numerical value and unit, and inversely proportional to square of the distance. This is square of the distance. This is distance, and while in this statement he has taken square of the distance between them. So mathematical portion of Coulomb's law is F is directly proportional to, in equation number 1, F is directly proportional to product of magnitude of charges. Product of magnitude of charges, product mean Q1 and Q2 in multiplication form. While inversely proportional to square of the distance between them. F is directly proportional to 1 over r square, or you can read it F is inversely proportional to r square. From equation number 1 and 2, we have written this equation F is equal to K Q1 Q2 over r square. Now explain all these terms including in this formula. Q1, Q2 are point charges, while F is magnitude of mutual force, while this K is constant to proportionality. Okay, F is equal to K Q1 Q2 or R square. We have written this proportionality quantities into equation form, so there is compulsory to put any proportionality constant in the expression. We have put K in this equality, so that's why F is equal to K Q1 Q2 or R square. According to Coulomb's law, K is proportionality constant in this electrostatic formula of Coulomb's law, and all these factors are explained here. Q1 Q2, F constant to proportionality, and R distance between the charges. K is an important parameter in Coulomb's law formula. Value of K depends on nature of medium. Nature of medium mean in which medium we have taken charges Q1 and Q2 to study. Okay, any medium in which we have taken charges Q1 and Q2 to study. Nature of medium, whether it is free space, whether it is glass, air, or any medium. Value of K depends on nature of medium and SI units. Always remember these two things, nature of medium and SI units. These are important according to short question and MCQ. Value of K depends on which factors? Nature of medium and SI units. Which SI units? In which force, charge and distance are measured, right? Now Coulomb has taken both charges in free space and in SI units. In free space, nature of medium is free space, and SI unit, system international unit. You have learned about system international unit in 9th class chemistry and physics. So value of K in free space and SI unit is calculated by this formula. K is equal to 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught, while the calculated value of K is 9 into 10 raised per 9 Newton meter square per Coulomb square, while the value of epsilon naught is 8.85 into 10 raised to power minus 12 Coulomb square per Newton per meter square. Remember it, this K is constant to proportionality according to Coulomb's law, while this epsilon naught is electric constant, and its value, it is known as electric constant, and it is also known as permittivity of free space. Okay, this epsilon naught other name is permittivity of free space, and it is also known as electric constant. Its value is 8.85 into 10 raised to power minus 12 Coulomb square per Newton per meter square, while value of K is 9 into 10 raised per 9 Newton meter square per Coulomb square. Student, have you realized any similarity in between units of both? K has unit Newton meter square per Coulomb square, while epsilon naught has unit Coulomb square per Newton per meter. Both are reversed to each other. Newton per Newton, meter square per meter square, per Coulomb square, Coulomb square. So important and conceptual MCQ in these two quantities is find dimensions of K and epsilon naught. Dimension is not given in your book, but you know you have learned about dimensions very well in chapter number 1 of first year. So kindly calculate dimensions of both. Okay. This is important MCQ and short question. Calculate the dimension of epsilon naught electric constant, or calculate the dimension of constant of proportionality in case of Coulomb's law. Or maybe in MCQ different dimensions are given, and which one is correct dimension of relativity of free space, or which one is correct dimension of electric constant, which one is correct dimension of proportionality constant. Such type of MCQs are given in paper. Next one is Coulomb's force in free space. If we have taken charges in free space, then the Coulombic force formula is written as F is equal to 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught. First we have written F is equal to K Q1 Q2 over R square. Now put value of K here. Okay, in place of K put its value, that is 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught. Value of K is given here, that is 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught. In next heading put value of K, that is 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 over R square, where epsilon naught, as I have told you, it is electric constant known as permittivity of free space. Always remember, this electric force is a mutual force. Mutual force is a force which exists between two charges. For example, Coulomb's force is a mutual force. It means that if Q1 exert a force on Q2, then Q2 also exert an equal and opposite force on Q1. For example, these are two charges Q1 and Q2. If Q1 exert a force on Q2, then Q2 also exert same force on Q1 in equal amount but opposite in direction. So that's why we will write F12 is equal to F21 with opposite sign. F12 mean, understand, force exerted on first charge by second charge, and F21 force exerted on second charge by first charge. Both have same magnitude. Magnitude mean numerical value and unit, but opposite direction. Now vector form of Coulomb's law. Now we are going to draw vectorial form in specific direction. Now we are not concerned with positive or negative charges. We have taken just two charges. This one is Q1 and this one is Q2. Maybe they are positive charges or negative charges, having a distance r between them. Now consider Q1 is exerting a force on Q2. Then the direction of force, this one. Okay, and direction of r, this r is a distance between Q1 and Q2. If we have drawn a vector of this r, then this show this direction, right? So its electrostatic force can be written as F21 is equal to 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 over R21. Okay, remember it. While in second figure, if Q2 exert a force on Q1 having a distance r between them, then this force is represented by F12. And while the direction vector form of this distance r is R12. And its electrostatic force can be written as 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 over R square R12. Okay, these steps are important and compulsory to write during explanation of this topic. Now last and important question of this topic is, important question and important concept of this topic is, what is the effect of medium on electrostatic force? This is important, very important short question and very much important according to board point of view. What is the effect of medium on electric force? I have pasted the page of your book here so that you can easily learn this paragraph. This is complete answer of this question. In this question they are asking, if we change the medium For example, if we have taken in free space, we have taken an insulator, both charges, in between both charges we have inserted an insulator, that is known as dielectric. Then what is the effect on electrostatic force? Are you getting my point? I am repeating again. What is the effect of medium on electrostatic force? Suppose first in start you have taken both charges in free space, right? Now you have inserted a dielectric or insulator in between two charges. Then what is the effect on this formula, on this electrostatic force? Always remember, by inserting an insulator or dielectric in between charges in free space, the value of electrostatic force always decrease. It will become in MCQs. It is important. The value of electrostatic force decrease. Why it decrease? It is clear from this formula. You can see in this formula, F is equal to 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught, and there is an additional factor that is known as epsilon r. Open your book and observe this formula. In this formula, there is an additional factor in denominator. F is equal to 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught epsilon r. This epsilon r is known as relative permittivity and is represented by epsilon r. Right, girls? Due to this factor, the value of electrostatic force in case of dielectric or insulator reduces as compared to in case of free space. Okay? This constant is known as relative permittivity and is represented by epsilon r. The values of relative permittivity of different dielectrics are given in table 2.1. This table is too much important according to MCQ's point of view. This is your complete topic. Now open your book. After listening this lecture, open your book and come thoroughly read the topic from your book. And if you have any question, then again read this again listen this lecture. Inshallah, your all questions will be solved. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Allah Hafiz.